Welcome back. As I said in the mission briefing video, this is not really an escort mission, it's a strike. Admittedly, it's mostly a strike that's being launched by our capital ship, by the Sheffield, the Coventry and the Ajax, and we're there to keep Kilrathi fighters off them, but we're hardly doing an escort, more making sure that our capital ships win the fights. And we will get a chance to launch the odd shot or two at the Kilrathi big guns as well, though the way I fly this mission, I'll be mostly leaving that to Flint while I shoot fighters off her. In part that's because Flint's good at strike, and in part that is because the AI will naturally do that, and it's a good way for me to hog kills. And while I don't think I should have any trouble surpassing Rantard's mark in Wing Commander 4 because I only need about 200 or so more kills to go over him, I still feel a general desire to grab as many kills as possible. The way this mission basically works is that pairs of Kilrathi fighters will be launched when we destroy the previous pair for as long as the Kilrathi capital ship at this navpoint exists, and the Kilrathi capital ships are all on a pretty strict timer. The first two at this navpoint and the next one, the Confederation destroyer which is engaging them launches a capital ship missile, and that will hit the Kilrathi cap ship and destroy it, at which point there will be no more fighters, and we go on to the next navpoint. As you can see, I get through two waves of Darkits and to this wave of Dralpi before the cap ship missile strikes. There is a wave after these ones of Vaktoths, but I've never actually seen it. Of course, if I played this on something other than Nightmare, I'm sure I would, but to be honest, this mission's pathetically easy as it is without making it even more ridiculous. That said, it's still, well, it's only reasonably good fun because this is Nightmare and because Dralpi and Darkits dodge like crazy on Nightmare, which makes fighting them in Excalibur quite entertaining even if it's pretty low risk. I don't think it would be much fun on the lower difficulty of the settings. So, same deal again, this time the carrier starting off by launching Dralpi. Well, most of the carrier. As you can see, it's missing some polygons. They'll appear shortly. Oh, there they are. I don't know if this is my memory playing tricks on me, or if it is actually the case, but I don't think that that many games of Wing Commander 3's vintage were quite as horribly bad at getting the draw distances right as Wing Commander 3's. It seems to have things where parts of capital ships are visible an awful lot of the time, which is of course rather staggeringly unprofessional. I would say especially for a game that had Wing Commander 3's budget, but I think we all know that the vast majority of Wing Commander 3's budget was spent on its cutscenes. There's a slight difference in how this fight plays out to the previous one, in as much as the other Dralpi here has gone after the TCS Coventry rather than after me or Flint. This would be a bigger issue if it went to the fact that Dralpi is a pretty terrible capital ship killer. So I can't be bothered to go and attack the Dralpi. I will just leave that to the Coventry's turret gunners, who are more than equal to the task. But this wave of packed arms will also go straight to the Coventry and do have to be killed. However, as the Coventry's cap ship missile has now done its work, there is nothing else to shoot at anyway. Again, I think there's another wave I didn't quite get to here. this surprised me a bit. I was expecting the Pac-Tarn to be more single-minded. Normally they are extremely single-minded in who they go after and boring straight at the cap ship. But maybe that's only the case with the Victory that doesn't really have point defence guns to make them think twice. Anyway, Pac-Tarn's at the start of this one, and this is the challenge in this mission, is this waypoint, for a variety of reasons. One is we do have to kill these Pac-Tarns. They will destroy the Ajax, even if they damage the Ajax. Unlike the previous waypoints, the Ajax isn't going to fire a capship missile. It's going to close to gun range and slug it out with a cruiser. And that's a pretty even fight, so we have to make sure the Ajax isn't going to take too much damage from these fighters, otherwise well, I've never seen it lose, but it often takes quite a lot of damage, so presumably it might.
Need your help, Colonel?
No, you don't, as I've just explained, but... Or at least you don't need much of my help. The person that does need my help is Flint. For whatever reason, and it doesn't seem to matter who your wingman is, they die after about a minute and a half of engaging this cruiser. Now the cruiser's point defence guns put out an enormous amount of firepower, and they are pretty accurate, so it's not entirely implausible. But
need your help, Colonel?
It's still weird that they die quite that rapidly. So that's why I was carrying a dozen dumbfights, was to put a lot of damage into the cruiser. Would have helped if I hadn't missed with the last 4 details. It was enough damage. The cruiser was, as you can see from the targeting display, badly damaged. And the Ajax has
mission objectives accomplished.
No trouble finishing it off. Well, I say no trouble. That's a lot of damage for no trouble. And that kept Flint alive because the cruiser didn't last long enough for her to die. And that's that. It's short and it's very violent.
Boy, those cap ships sure blast some fireworks, don't they, sir? Looks like we live to fight another day, though. You're cleared to land.
So, thanks for watching. I've been Ilanin. This has been Wing Commander 3, Heart of the Tiger. And I'll see you next time, when we're intercepting yet another Kilrathi counterattack.